Hi, welcome to Weird Wednesday. This is John, or Used Toy, and joining me is Suburban Hobo, a.k.a. Daryl House. How you doing today, Daryl?
Just call me Daryl. I'm great. But how are you doing? You know, I saw in the weather this morning that there's a lot of snow up around Cincinnati. Are you snowed in?
No, we just got a dusting, but it is cold and flu season, and I am fighting a little bit of a cold.
Well, we're having some weather issues down here also. I don't know if you saw it on the news, but there are some extremely high tides hitting South Florida and Fort Lauderdale at the moment, and they're actually washing the sand up off the beach and over onto A1A, which is the highway that runs right along the beach. And they've got bulldozers out there, and there's water standing in the streets, and they're trying to keep A1A clear as we approach tourist season. We want to make sure that they can get up and down the streets to spend them Yankee bucks.
Absolutely. Well, we are here with Weird Wednesday again, and I thought I would kick things off. You know, last week you mentioned that they always do it better in Florida,
Yes.
and I'm starting to actually agree with you. As I went through the stories today, one of my favorites was a fake dentist busted for kissing butt.
Ooh, did he kiss her boo-boo, or what? Tell me more.
He had an apartment filled with dentist equipment. He apparently got busted once before, or was about to get busted, so he moved in the middle of the night to a warehouse in southern Florida. And the woman was there to be treated for a toothache, so he gave her a paste to soothe her, and then gave her a shot in the butt, followed by a kiss to soothe the shot area.
That's love. How often have you gone to a warehouse to your dentist, though? I have a problem with that.
Well, I'm thinking if my dentist actually would give me a little kiss on the booty, I might go a little more often.
Well, it's like the fly said when he lit on the mirror. It's all in the way you look at it.
Absolutely. You got anything fun today?
I've got to come. Probably you might have heard this about 2 or 3 weeks ago. There was a pet store in Miami. Everything is better in Miami. A pet store in Miami was having a contest, a giveaway of a boa constrictor. Now, I'm not sure if this was for an appetizer or what.
I did hear something about that.
Well, they had to eat bugs, and whoever ate the most bugs would win this boa constrictor. And somebody told me they taste like chicken. I'm not sure about that. But the guy who won the contest died.
Wow.
So the autopsy just came in the last couple of days, and it turned out he didn't die from eating cockroaches. He choked and asphyxiated. I guess there were other issues that we don't really need to go into. We don't need to throw them up right now, but
so to speak.
So anyway, he didn't die from eating the bugs. Truth is, I knew a lot of guys back in the 60s who ate roaches. They were doing it before eating roaches was cool.
Well, you're talking about eating bugs. In Germany, they haven't had bestiality laws on the books since 1969. But apparently they're about to be brought back because of animal brothels.
Whoa. Animal brothels?
Animal brothels.
We have animals of the night?
Absolutely. And, when my friend said that he slept with a pig last night, I didn't know that he actually slept with a pig.
With a pig? Oh, my God. She was a porker.
When he said, hey, I saw this cute little filly, I didn't know he was actually talking about a cute little filly.
Well, sometimes you just have to take people at their word.
Well, the agricultural minister has agreed to support a law that would make it illegal for people to use animals for their own sexual activities or sexual acts of third parties, so that you can't have, sex pimps.
Oh, I would think maybe in Las Vegas, because what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Well, now I'm starting to think when somebody says, wow, she was a dog, that...
Well, you just got a million of them, don't you?
I do.
How have you been working on this material?
Also in Christmas, Florida, another Florida story. Kids playing out in the yard find 2 live World War II grenades. They had to they showed him to Grandpa, who promptly called the bomb squad. And everybody was thinking, well, they're duds. No, they weren't. They blew a 3-foot hole in his yard.
Oh, my God. A crater?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not only Florida that does weird things, because I was reading a story about Tokyo, Japan. There's a jewelry store there that has created a solid gold Christmas tree. It's almost 8 feet tall, and they said like 1.5 centimeters wide, which is, what, about half a mile? I don't know, centimeters. I'm a Dewey Decimal guy, personally, but the tree is also entirely covered with solid gold objects d'art, Disney characters. They got
Wow.
Mickey and Minnie and Goofy, and they have 50 different characters on this. Now, the price of gold right now, which in Japan, I think the exchange rate is like 4,400 yen per gram. This tree actually retails for $4.2 million.
And in that case, get me too.
Well, the funny thing is that for people who don't have as much money as you and I, they do have a smaller version. And it is priced at, if you were to convert it into dollars, it's only $243,000 for the Christmas tree.
Wow.
Now, they don't have any buyers for the big one, but they do have several people lined up to buy the smaller Christmas tree for $243,000.
Holy moly, that's crazy.
'Tis the season.
I guess you're right.
Okay. Got money to burn.
Well, last week we were talking about the calendar with the babes from the casket company and the babes for the casket calendar. Well, this week I've got a story. A promotion for The Walking Dead has come out with a zombie bikini calendar. Hot babes made to look like they're decomposing.
That's killer.
That's really hot.
I love it. Well, yeah, let me throw this at you, because this was one of my favorite stories I ran across this whole week. Because, 'tis the season. We just had Thanksgiving. Christmas is around the corner, or whatever holiday it is that you celebrate. And it's time to remember family and family that have passed on. My father used to say the most interesting things. I mean, he had crazy sayings that still to this day I have no idea what they meant. But one of the things my dad used to say was, there is no honor among thieves. Well, I found a story this week that may just prove that to be false. Seems that in Wichita, Kansas, there were these two guys who were armed robbers. They were going to rob this guy, and while one was holding the gun on him, and the other guy was going through his pockets, all of a sudden he said, "Hey, didn't you and me do time together?" And the guy said, "Yeah." He says, "I'm not going to rob you now. Sorry for the trouble here." And they turned and walked away and let the guy go, because they were in prison together. Now, as the story goes on, now, the guy did report the attempted theft to the police, but his old cellmate here, he says, "I don't know if I could pick him out in a lineup."
Oh.
So you want to talk about honor among thieves? To me, I say, yes, there is.
So he reported it, but this guy that he spent substantial time with, no, I couldn't recognize him. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup.
Yeah, he was wearing a mask. I loved it.
I'm Batman.
Well, what a great week for the news, John. This has been so much fun again.
Well, we have new software, so hopefully everything works a little better this week. Last week I spent 10 hours editing our minute or two together, so hopefully this week it goes right on without the substantial commitment of time.
Well, we did get some wonderful comments from friends and people from around the world who have tuned in and caught our Weird Wednesday broadcast. So thank you for your comments. Thank you for your participation. Thanks for being a part of our Baloney Brain family. I'll see you next week, John.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.